Hi everyone and welcome back to your piano lesson. If you are here for the first time, I am Gianluca Fronda, your piano teacher. If you want to discover about me, you can watch the introduction video of the channel in the description of this video. I'm leaving the link below. And you can also find the link for my artistic channel. Now let's go to our lesson. Today is finally time to play and to talk about the lesson in C, the A1 piece, from the piano exam pieces ABRSM grade 2, still the syllabus 2019 and 2020. This one I can definitely confirm that is, from the technical point of view, really complicated for students having not that much experience. It needs lots of finger strength. I prefer to play first and then to explain few things, or maybe even more than few, to help you studying it properly and playing it properly. I will start from the official speed, that is 88, is an Allegretto at 88 per crotchets. So this is the lesson in C, the Allegretto, at 88. I will play also at a slower speed. Let's talk about a few important things about this one, yeah? Now, mainly, please try to respect the fingering in the beginning. You will find the same situation in the beginning of the first line, beginning of the second line, beginning of the third, beginning of the fourth. The fingering I'm talking about is 2-5, and then 3-5. This is something really clever, yeah, and useful. You will find again the same fingering here in the beginning of the second last line and in the beginning of the last line. Then respect as much as you can the articulation. Staccato, then here you have the slur, staccato again. Regarding this acciaccatura, the acciaccatura, as you can see, has been it's in the notes on top. You get an explanation of which one is the result in practice of this acciaccatura. From a very practical point of view, my advice is the one of playing the G almost together with the F. I should say together. You see? So you have to really attack with a bit of violence almost. Let's go a little bit closer. Yeah. So you see? So you go down, pushing them together, but immediately you release the G, triam, and the only one that is left is F. But obviously, since it's staccato, you have to fly immediately to the E. So triam pam pam, triam pam 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 param. Then respect also this slur, and to play according to the slur, you have to definitely play the C with the third, leading to the B with the second. And here, 5-1-2. If you have been watching some of the videos that I have published in the past, you know that to play correctly staccato, you have to apply in this case the wrist staccato. And let's see in practice what do I mean. So use the articulation of the wrist. Ta, 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 ta. For example, you might play these two notes instead of 2-5 using 3-5. The 3-5 can help you reaching easily the C and G with the 1 and 5. So let me play now again the first and the second bar, simply left hand. Ti, 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 yan, tan, tan. Again. Tan, tan, ta, yan, tan, tan, in slow motion. Regarding the second line, yeah, what is definitely complicated, and this is the first time that you get in this piece, this very interesting combination of two different articulations, opposite articulations, is the the legato on top and the staccato underneath. So let me play it slowly 1 second. The legato, the right hand should play legato, keeping the fingers really close, connecting all the notes, with a bit of crescendo, and the left hand has to play detached. Sorry. Et voila. So together they will be. Practice these count several times until you don't get it. Again, exaggerate. You see that I'm lifting pretty much, not applying that much crescendo yet, just to show you. Then with this tendency of crescendo, and then, and this is the ending, the last bar of the second line. This is the way I like to play, using 5-1 and 2-3. At the end of the second line, I have decided to change slightly the fingering, just to play even more legato. I like to respect even more the slur. I've decided to play the last two notes with the 2-3 instead of 1 and 2. This is something that helps playing the F and E really smoothly. It's obvious that if your hand is really small, because obviously I can understand that you might be also 8-9 years old, or even less, or a bit older, but anyways, if your hand is small and you can't respect the fingering and do 5-1, 1-2, but try at least to play really smoothly the G and the C. Because some of the two, something has to be definitely well legato. Then the second block of 2 lines is identical to the first. You have noticed, I think, already. So once you have learned the first 2 lines, you know how to play also the second block of 2 lines. Regarding the beginning of the second page, is even more tricky for many students. You should play legato, the left hand of the first and of the second line, legato smoothly. In the first line, forte, in the second line, piano. But the right hand has to be definitely staccato. Staccato the first and the second note with an accent on the second. So imagine you can say bounce, bounce, stay, bounce, bounce, stay. Could be an idea. Bounce, bounce, then legato. And this, in this case, you have to really play smoothly, passing the thumb. So let me play again the first line, right hand. Bounce, bounce, stay, bounce, bounce, stay. Staccato, staccato, dore, dore, yum, pum, pum. The second line needs piano. Yum, pum, pa, pum, pum, pa, pum, pum, pa, da, 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 do, di, do, da, do. And then you go to the last 2 lines. Together, obviously, you will have to do your best to keep the left legato, to keep the left close to the keyboard, to play it legato, and the right hand jumpy. So obviously you will have to spend a bit of time to make it possible. You see? Then, piano. Do-di-do-di-do. Again, even slower. Pa, pam, pa, pam, pam, pam. Okay, and regarding the ending, remember that you have mezzo forte now. In the beginning it was piano, now mezzo forte. Obviously, I'd like to clarify one thing. Since I noticed that many students are struggling when I ask them to play piano really soft, try maybe to imagine that it's a mezzo piano, if it helps, yeah? Keep the right hand slightly louder than the left if you want. In this way, you don't really struggle, because I can definitely easily understand that at this age and at this stage, it's really likely that you are not highly trained. You haven't done that much piano technique, you're not doing the daily warming up exercises. Let's try to find a way to help. So try to consider maybe the sound slightly louder than a normal piano, maybe mezzo piano, but here has to be definitely clear the difference if compared to the sound that you had in the beginning of the first line and of the third line. So mezzo forte. Let's say the structure of the first line of this third line is identical except the sound. The notes are the same ones. The last line start in the same way, we might say, same as the second line or the fourth line of the first page, but is first of all featuring a crescendo. But now in the second bar of the last line you have to definitely immediately change the fingering. You can't keep the one that you are keeping here, yeah, where you maybe were using, as I was suggesting, the 3-5. Here you have to go straight to 1-3, because now we have to play A and E, one of the most common mistakes made in the beginning when the students start working hands together. In slow motion, from bar 29 to the last line will be... You see, I'm moving immediately 1 and 3, yeah? Again. Et voila! So, you see A and E, with a C on top, and then dum pum dee da da ya. This is a very, very complicated passage. Needs lots of practice. Practice as much as you need, many times. The second last bar, and then also the last, due to the jump. Yeah. Let me see if there is anything else that I should clarify. If not, no. I think that I can now play the whole one slower. I'd like to try maybe at something like 60, let me see. No, even less than 60. I can try at 40 per crotchets. Let's say 44, half speed, yeah? So if the speed is 44 per crotchets, it will be obviously 88 per quavers. Exactly the one that you see printed, with the difference that here is 88 per crotchets. Now I'm considering it 88 per quavers. Ta, 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 ya, ta, ta. I want to keep maybe the metronome. In this way it helps me keeping the very slow speed, otherwise it's natural that I will have the tendency of speeding it up. Et voila! I think that with the explanation and plus with this very slow performance, I think that there is nothing else that should be clarified. Work very hard, repeat the single passages, like a single bar or even half bar sometime, several times. It's needed, especially because you're not doing piano technique, or maybe you are, I hope so, or because you don't know some interesting technical exercise that can be done, can be applied to these complicated passages like the ones made of semiquavers. I will explain in the future what can be done to improve these very hard passages. But for now, repeat many times, half bars, like for example the second part of the third bar of the second line. If you do many times, keeping the right hand strong, the fingers really strong, gain the finger strength, keep the arch in the hand, in the finger, yeah, okay? Anyways, if you have any extra question, don't hesitate to comment. Thank you very much for today, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you have never done before. See you, thanks.